Welcome to Fenix Youth Project information session for our Host Home program. This is your opportunity to host a youth in need. My name is Amber Green. I'm the Executive Director and founder of Fenix Youth Project, and I'm excited to share with you our Host Home program. If you're interested in hosting a youth that's in need, please be sure to email me at amber@fenixyouthproject.org or visit our website, which is located at the bottom of the screen, www.fenixyouthproject.org. You may find yourself asking, why a host home? Why this crazy out-of-the-box solution to something that is impacting so many youth within the state of Maryland? Well, for one, Maryland just started counting youth for the first time in 2021 and reported serving a total of 1,253 unaccompanied homeless youth. Now, out of the 15,558 students that were reported homeless, 78% were students doubled up, 12% were students living in a shelter or transitional housing, 9% were living in a hotel or motel, and we can't leave out there were 12% who were unaccompanied homeless youth. Now, for clarity, unaccompanied youth means anyone under the age of 25 that is not living with their parent or guardian and does not have a stable, regular nighttime residence. There are many types of youth who have unique backgrounds and different experiences who walk through our doors at Fenix Youth Project. Some youth who are at high risk of homelessness are those who are undocumented, suffering from generational poverty, have experienced abuse, neglect, may even have issues finding mental health resources or substance use resources. These youth may be exiting foster care or the juvenile justice system, or may identify as LGBTQ, or they may just be a youth of color. So many youth are experiencing housing instability, and to find an out-of-the-box solution is something that is needed for our youth who are suffering homelessness on the Lower Eastern Shore. In our next slide, you'll hear from a host home youth who has been able to experience a host home program and has been very successful in an area that has taken this model and have shown you exactly what out-of-the-box thinking can do in servicing our homeless youth population.
I was so nervous. I was so freaking nervous. Like, I couldn't sleep for a couple of days. I didn't go for it just yet. I didn't move in with them. And I had to get to know my host a little bit more before I decided to move in.
Having someone come into your home, into your space, interesting similar fears that maybe a youth would have too of how's this gonna work? I still remember the first day that Ken came over. And one of the things for us is with these two dogs that we have in our life. And I remember Ken first walked in the door, sat on the floor, and both of them would not stop licking him.
It's like, I was really surprised that Steve was a music teacher. I was really excited about that.
Over time, I felt like we could give advice and be sort of an older mentor or friend.
Growing up, my family has always been through homelessness and we've had to couch hop, but it was usually between family and family friends. So moving into a stranger's home was brand new territory for me.
It's one thing to be able to give money, give funding, which we do and I completely support. And it's one thing to go the next step and actually do the work and actually open yourself up in your home to another person.
I really didn't see myself as being homeless until I got into the shelter and I had to experience some kind of bullying because of it.
We had it pretty easy when we came out. I maybe lost one conservative Christian friend, but I didn't lose family or friends, get kicked out.
I know what the privilege I have. I have not been homeless. I can't imagine what that's like, so I'll never be able to fully understand it, but how can I give back to youth in a way that I know is worthwhile?
A lot of youth are youth of color and we are already born in a place of instability.
It's hard. It's a hard question, how to convince others that they should care about others besides just themselves. But I think that they should. It makes us better humans. It makes this world a better place for everyone.
When you're hosting youth, you're helping them directly and you're making an even bigger impact by changing their life.
Empathy is a basic part of being human, and I think if we lose that, we're really going down a bad road.
If you continue to just educate yourself, that's one step. Donating money, that's another step. Going for it and being active and helping others and changing their lives, that's a really big step. It's all going to be a domino effect to where more people want to help, more youth will get involved, and that's when the real change starts.
Fenix Youth Project is so grateful to be able to work with so many different organizations outside of the area and be able to think about these out of the box program models that are helping the youth who we are working with every day. The host home model that we're working with is the same model that you saw Ken in our previous slide was experiencing as well. The host home model that is done by Point Source Youth is short term, affirming, safe space, well screened and well matched hosts, time to make decisions, and support of a caring case manager. That is the host home model that Fenix Youth Project will be doing with our host homes here on the Lower Eastern Shore of Maryland. So you may be asking yourself, what are the benefits of a host home? Well, the biggest benefit for me is a cost-effective, community-based way to address housing needs. Every day we sit and we wonder, what are the cost-effective solutions to ending youth homelessness? Well, one, we have to be able to give an opportunity for young people to focus on school, work, and other goals. We have to give them a safe, affirming space to stay. And we also have to provide mutual beneficial relationships that honor the needs of everyone involved. So when we think about everything that we need, we find that the host home solution is the one that provides all those benefits. I know, you're like, all right, I get the benefits, but what exactly do I have to do, Amber? Because I am not a case manager. Trust me, I know. Hosts are expected to just be themselves. But here's a little insight on what we expect hosts to do. We expect hosts to maintain a safe, welcoming, affirming, and non judgmental environment for their guests, provide a private space or bedroom in their home, allow access to the kitchen and access to shared or even a private bathroom, commit to participate in the program for at least 6 months. The length of stay may vary, and it may vary based off of your lease agreements that you have. We are willing to work with anyone who are open to opening their home to young people in need. That's not all. Hosts are also expected to attend trainings and interviews, define their expectation, needs, and boundaries, regularly communicate with the youth and the staff to resolve any issues. Do not hold that in. Use your support team that is around you, and that includes your case manager, the program coordinator, as well as other host home volunteers. Refrain from any sexual activity with the student or the youth, and we are expecting to pass a background check for everyone in the household that is 18 and up. Now, stipends may be available to support additional utility costs that may occur, but that is only contingent if we are able to fundraise and get the correct grants for this program. As a host, you are not expected to provide meals, cleaning service, or transportation to the student or youth unless you want to. You do not have to put up with anything and everything, and you, of course, do not have to be a parent. You don't have to own your home. Renting is okay. You also don't have to provide financial or material support to the student or youth beyond a free place to stay. You don't have to have all the answers or be perfect. You just have to be the best version of you. And clearly, I think you're on the right track if you're considering being a host home. Youth participating in the host home program are expected to maintain a safe and respectful environment for their hosts, participate in the matching process, and define their own expectations, needs, and boundaries. Most importantly, they have to work with the case manager and meet with them weekly to determine their plans for housing, employment, and school success. They also have to remain in compliance with the program agreement. All youth who participate in our host home program are part of our larger Rites of Passage housing program, which also has them follow a 6-step process. These 6 steps helps them maintain a correct plan that's going to be unique to their needs, but also make sure that they have permanent housing solutions on the horizon. When becoming a host home volunteer, you may be asking yourself, well, what support will I get? You'll get an initial contract to establish norms and expectations. A case manager will help the youth and the students develop long-term plans. You'll get regular check-ins and visits, and the program coordinator will answer all your questions and will mediate if there needs to be any type of mediation between yourself or the youth that you're hosting. When you're thinking about living agreements, you want to think about everything. You want to think about rules for privacy, common space, vacations, kitchen space, pets, shared meals, children, substance use, visitors, chores, religious practices. Anything and everything will be put into that host profile. And so we're asking you to think about that when you're putting in your application to become a host home. The process to becoming host is a very simple one. First, submit an application and pass the background check. Then you complete a training and develop your host profile. After you complete that host profile, you'll complete a final interview, and that'll also include a home visit. Once we complete that home visit, we'll start to look for a match. Once we find a match, you will also be able to work and interview with that young person and come up with mutual expectations. After you make that match, we'll begin to check in regularly with you, and that will also include some home visits. The matching process is just as simple. So, youth will complete an application and submit it to one of our case managers. The case manager will connect with the host home coordinator and review confirmed host profiles. Now, after the student reviews the host creative assignment and choose which host they may be interested in, a meeting is going to be scheduled between the student, the host, and the case manager and the coordinator. Now, if a match is made, Phoenix staff will proceed with the agreement paperwork, and then the student can move in as soon as possible. Whether you're ready to be a host or just not yet, here are the next steps. If you can't be a host, you can still help. Tell your friends, invite us to speak to a group, or donate. If you're ready to host, a program coordinator will follow up with you regarding the application. Just send me an email at amber@fenixyouthproject.org or visit our website at www.fenixyouthproject.org. Again, thank you for joining this information session for our host home program. I hope you are interested in making sure that young people are off the streets and that we are finding a unique out-of-the-box solution to ending youth homelessness on the lower eastern shore of Maryland. Thank you and have a great day.